ahead, guys.
Luke, what are your thoughts on just where you guys are at right now after a couple of preseason games, and what do you like, what do you not like?
I like where we're at. Like I've said the whole time, our camp has been very spirited in a good way. Guys going at each other in a healthy, good way. And I think the overall energy of the group right now is high. So it's what we're looking for. We're working them hard, and they're responding. So we know we got a long way to go, but as of right now, we're in a good place.
What do you think about, we hear in the NFL when a team has a quarterback and they draft another quarterback, a lot of times there are issues, but here, like Fox has been nothing but complimentary to Davion, Tyrese, the same. What's going on there with that dynamic, and how good is that to see?
It was great to see, and it's what it's about when you're on a team. It's today's game. Its position is not nearly the same as what it used to be, and we're big believers in getting smart basketball players that know how to win and like to win, and we feel like we have a lot of those guys now. So they've been great. Like I said, every day in practice, the three of them are going at each other, and it's fun to watch. Different days, different guys win the matchups, but then when we go out and play games, we're all on the same team, and so it's been a nice pairing so far.
We've seen two starting lineups so far. How many more starting lineups are we going to get to see before you sort of settle in?
Well, at least one more next game. Still figuring out what one I want to see the most of, and then probably by game 4, it could be new, but we'll kind of reevaluate after those first 3 games and make a decision from there.
Is there anything that's standing out to you that you really like with some of these groups?
Yeah, there's some things. Again, for me, what I'm really emphasizing with our guys right now and what we're really pushing on them is who's going to go out there and play the way that we want them to play. Because we know now we have really good players at multiple positions. And, if we need to be disciplined and run into our spacing. We need to be disciplined and making quick decisions. We got to be disciplined in the way we compete defensively. And if you're doing those things, you're going to give yourself the best chance of starting, but not only starting, but playing rotational minutes.
Being this halfway through, is there still a lot on the table that you're looking for from this group, or do you kind of feel like you have a pretty good grasp?
I got a much better grasp of where we're at as a group, but we're definitely not at that. I want to see more. I need to see more before we make a final decision on what the start of the season, starters and rotation will look like.
From like a defensive standpoint, is that a healthy enough sample size to kind of get an idea of what this defense is looking like?
Yeah, it's been really good at times, and what I really like is that we're getting into the ball and we're trying to do the right things. I thought the Clipper game we got a little sloppy with them shooting 25 free throws. I think they ended up with 14 offensive rebounds. So there is some sloppiness there, but I can go back and watch the tape and we did a lot of good things too. So we're it's just about doing it more and more consistently, and the Phoenix game as well. Like the first 3 quarters, I thought we did a really good job, and then with the fourth quarter, got a little junky with some of the lineups we had out there. But yeah, defensively, I like what I'm seeing.
I almost laughed when I asked that first question, but it's so few preseason game these days. But do you have to kind of watch minutes, or maybe even give some guys a rest during these final 2 games at all before you head into the season?
To what? Yeah, we'll be watching minutes, but as far as we want guys to play more minutes than they've been playing. So looking into the next 2 games, because we have a long break between our last game and the first real game. So with that much of a break, I'm going to be looking to play our guys.
You guys have talked about stacking days. Where does that terminology come from? Is that kind of becoming the mantra?
Yeah, that's all Rico Hines. Rico's been every time all summer long, and so you just hear him screaming it in the gyms down in LA, the gyms up here, and the players have enjoyed it. So it's kind of naturally taken on part of how we preach to our guys.
How many of the starting spots are really up in the air in your mind? And then with HB, Are you, have you come to a decision in terms of whether you want to start him at the 3 or the 4?
Yeah, no, I have not come to it, and there's still open spots. So I don't know where H will be, 3 or the 4. He'll be on the court. I don't know what position it'll be, but there's still some open spots.
Any injuries or anything after coming out of that last game?
No injuries. Buddy didn't practice today. Marvin didn't practice today. But those were more sore knees, and we got a couple days without a game. So let's make sure we keep everyone healthy. But I wouldn't call them injuries.
Sore knees.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.